Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event. With your host, TV Scouting MMA, and
the Guru, back again in the lovely Apex Arena. You guessed it. We've got a middleweight main event. I couldn't have predicted that. We've got Marvin Vettori taking on Roman Dolidze in a rematch that everybody just needed to see. That's why they put it on in front of 10 people in a garage. But don't you worry. We've got 15 fights and a ton of chances to make money. So we brought in Defend Your Unit's own Johnny K, baby. What's going on, brother?
Good to Gentlemen, see you. It has been a while. And I am glad to be here. You guys are always a fun time. I love coming on the show when I did last time and a couple times before that. But this card, I mean, a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces, a lot of guys you kind of maybe should trust. And it's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to see what you guys like. And I'll tell you what I got and we'll see what happens.
Let's make magic happen. Let's all break some pasta and some bread together. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze 2, live every Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern. We're always right on time, never late. So make sure you join us exactly 8 o'clock Eastern every Thursday. But if you haven't done the right thing already and thrown the like, I'm probably judging you right now, but that's okay. You can fix that problem immediately. Throwing a like on the video. You subscribe to the channel, costs you nothing. Yeah, we're doing our best out here. We're up units. We're down a couple the last few weeks, but we're up units for 25. And, Daz, Johnny, always the best guest. You know it. Stephanie Luciano, Fight Week. And, Forrest, let's smash that like button. Be like Forrest. Do the right thing. So
I smashed it already.
Smash, brother. Run, Forrest, run, because we've got the main event of a lifetime with the elite panel with Johnny K himself. Ooh, kicking it off, baby, right at the top.
Marvin. Oh, I forgot you guys did it this way. This is fantastic.
Let's go. From the top, baby.
Marvin. That is one. No. That is one spicy meatball. Let's go. Let's go.
Give me the rigatoni. Marvin, the Italian dream of Vettori versus the Roman Cando Dolidze, a firecracker in his own right. That was the thought here. We don't call him the Caucasian anymore. That's not PC enough for UFC to give him that nickname. Listen, he's from the Caucasus region. There was a reason for it, but it's no longer on UFC stats, so I got to do what I got to do. The Italian dream, wearing his shorts backwards, back again, minus 155 versus Roman Dolidze plus 130. The over 4.5, minus 220 minimalist approach this week. You're going to find out because I think so. I think that's the answer. And Rem Dog, let's get after it, baby. Nothing like this main event. Now we get 5 rounds of the fight we saw. I mean, I thought it was pretty close last time, and so did a lot of MMA decisions. But the judges had a unanimous. The funny part, one judge gives Roman round 2, one judge gives Roman round 3, but all of them give it 29-28 to Marvin Vettori, essentially. So I'm watching the fight, and it all comes down to the fact that Roman does not do anything at any point to engage in the clinch, any wrestling, takedown attempts at all. It's constant trying to move forward, eating tons of kicks. Ultimately, his legs super damaged by the end of round 3, and that's kind of what I think tips the scorecards in the direction of Marvin Vettori, because the optics, it's a hobbled Roman trying to close the distance as Marvin's kind of bouncing around, and he's eating a bunch of punches, but I mean, you need a barbed wire wrapped baseball bat to get Marvin Vettori out of the octagon, with a knockout. I mean, just look at what Jared Cannonier did to this guy last time. So I'd say my biggest main concern that keeps me from just Marvin Vettori decision or taking Marvin Vettori's money line is this guy's coming off of a 1-year, 9-month layoff. He's had major shoulder surgery. He switched camps to ATT, which without the injuries, I'd be oh, it's pretty solid. But I don't know. Something just tells me, a lot of times these fights, what changes in the rematch? Well, instead of a split, it'll be a unanimous decision, or I don't know, something but a lot of times it plays out the same way. So why wouldn't Vettori just use, his distance and his kicks? Well, last time it was in the large octagon in front of a fan. This time, we're in the apex with a lot less room to run. And if Marvin's shoulder, this is another factor. Like, I think Marvin's chin is going to hold up like to a fucking brigade. Like the people that knocked down the wall at like Lord of the Rings and like got up into the castle like with that giant wolf. Like that's what you need to knock out Marvin Vettori. But what could happen is a shoulder could pop out of its socket, and we're dealing with a TJ Dillashaw situation versus Aljamain Sterling, where like who in God's green earth could have possibly picked Aljo to win by knockout?
What the hell are you smoking right
I'm
now?
saying that's the only way this fight doesn't go the distance is a technical knockout for Roman.
In a split.
That's it. That's the only way it doesn't go the distance.
Jeez.
So ultimately, I lean towards a dogger pass because I think the smaller octagon makes it more difficult for Vettori. He's been out of the octagon a while. I think Dolidze's got a little bit more momentum. So we'll see. I mean, I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but if anything, this is a dogger pass spot for me because with the fight goes the distance over like minus 200 essentially. Well, there's no value in that play anymore. So I don't know, Guru, do you have a more definitive line or play that you want to get after here?
I mean, honestly, to just to your point, it's like I don't mind parlaying minus 200 fight goes the distance. Like it really doesn't bother me. Or like maybe just fight to be won. How will fight end by decision is minus 210, right? So we don't get any of that Song Yadong, Henry Cejudo nonsense. So fight goes to decision there at minus 210. I don't mind parlaying that. I think it goes. I think both guys are insanely tough. The only way I think it's a finish is somehow Roman Dolidze like via calf slicer or some bullshit gets him into some spaghetti. I am a bit worried about Marvin's shoulder. At the same time, the dude is 31. At the same time, we just watched Rafael Fiziev not look so great. At the same time, that was on short notice. So there's a lot of different components to all of that stuff. At the end of the day, like the line is probably fair at best. So you have to stay away. And then when I look at props, if I'm really that confident that I think the fight's going the distance, and I am that confident, then you have to look at Roman Dolidze by decision at plus 330. Because like we've said many, many times on this show, and I will keep saying, the judges aren't watching. They are not watching the fights. They're smoking crack. They're texting on their phone. They're doing a TikTok. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they're not watching the fights. So it could be it could be a very close fight for many different reasons. So split decision possibly. I bet the fucking prop is like plus 275, plus 325, and it's like just not worth it. But I mean, if it was north of that, it could be worth it. But I like fight going. Johnny K, how you feeling? You expecting some violence?
I think this fight does go the distance. My pick is Roman as well. There's just too many red flags on the Marvin side for me. TB said, I think all of them. Smaller cage, the shoulder injury, hasn't fought in about a year and a half or a little more than that. Roman has been active, but then again, he's a little older. He didn't look all that great, against Marvin the first fight. He didn't check any leg kicks, and I think that's what ultimately lost him that fight. But he was landing some good shots on Marvin. Marvin has a crazy chin. I don't think he's going to be able to knock him out. So it might.
Johnny,
Do
you like the over?
That's such a great face. Somebody has to click that.
Okay,
yeah,
wait,
Oh, he's back.
Am I back? Where'd I leave off? Sorry.
You left off staring deep into my eyes.
Yeah. You had a very good orgasm face.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But basically, I think it was right before you brought up the over 1.5.
Okay. Yeah, but I like the over 4.5. That's what I said.
4.5. Okay.
That's the play.
Yeah, I like the over 1.5 too.
I love it. But
minus 200,000. Enjoy.
But if there is a finish, it's probably going to be on the Roman side. So maybe if you want to play, finish only for Roman, or it's like a cancel bet. But I think that's even minus 200. So It's not really the greatest to play either. So this is a tough one, but I do think it's a dog or pass spot, and my pick is Roman just because I think he's more dangerous. And I think he can win either any way. I think Marvin only wins by decision. So there you go.
Nice. No, I agree. I think at least there is like I can visualize, other ways. I think we saw the best Marvin in their last matchup. What if that changes? Right?
Yep.
All right, great. We're moving on. We've got Chidi Bang Bang and Njokuani plus 170 versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos Capoeira. I never know where to put the capoeira. Like it doesn't really fit anywhere. What am I supposed to do with this? Plus 170 on the Chidi side, minus 205 on Zaleski. Guru.
I think you put it after Zaleski. Elizeu Zaleski Capoeira dos Santos. You make it
he's got like 40 names. I don't know.
Yeah, so make it 41. Love it.
Yeah. You did a good job there. Good job.
I'm much better than you at this. It's okay. In this fight, did you pass off to me? Is that what happened?
Yeah. Welcome back to the.
Fuck this fight, but it's just like it's just really hard to tell exactly what you're getting. I mean, you're banking on a favorite that's 38 years old. Best case scenario, he looks as good as he's been looking, right? Like there's no improvements anymore. He's a finished product. He's only going to get worse. It's just a fact. So, I mean, the Scroggin fight means nothing to me. They literally just kept him a fight together because Dalby fell out. The Randy Brown fight's interesting because he's getting, worked on the feet essentially against a bigger, more athletic guy, but the grappling advantage that he does, at least in round 2 anyway, was fairly impressive. I don't think that Chidi Bang Bang has nearly as good a defense as Randy Brown does in that regard, or as nearly as nuanced on the feet or shifty. So I think that works into Santos' favor, but once again, all that I think is baked into the line here at minus 205. So there really isn't too much that I'm interested in. I guess you could take a crazy shot on like DeSantos by sub at plus 1100, like I said, because I think that if you're not having fun with Chidi on the feet, you start wrestling. But at the same time, Reese McKee is hanging out on the feet with Chidi. I mean, he doesn't really do shit that entire fight, but it's not like he tries to get it down. He still gets 6 minutes of control time in that fight too. So if Reese McKee is giving you 6.5 minutes of control time without any takedowns, I think Zaleski will be just fine doing the same. So I like Zaleski. The value's got to be in a finish, but there's really nothing here.
Yeah, Johnny, what do you got before I go?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Zaleski as my pick. Am I super confident? No, because I can see Chidi piece him up on the feet early, maybe even get a knockout. But Zaleski is very durable. I see him excelling after round 1 probably. Chidi can't stuff a takedown to save his life. I think Zaleski can. That's what he needs to do to win a clear decision. If not, it'll be close. But I can see a finish from either guy. It's probably going to be Chidi early or Zaleski by sub, or maybe even ground and pound knockout second or third round. But if I was to play this, maybe if you think Zaleski can hold up, maybe inside the distance, I think that's a decent prop. Or if you think Chidi's going to win, I would maybe just do Chidi by knockout, or even just do the under just to be safe for both guys. I think that's a good play. But if anybody does win in a decision, it's probably Zaleski. So I'm going with Zaleski, like a medium confidence pick.
I think to your point, I think if you like Chidi, his entire money line is baked in a round 1, not bonking.
Yeah, I think you guys touched on a lot of good points. The thing I'll take away from the Randy Brown fight is if you are the faster guy from distance, and Chidi's certainly going to have the same, if not 2 inches more of a reach advantage. I'm not sure if he's as dynamic or explosive from a touch and go perspective as the guy whose nickname, or at least, I know he's Rude Boy, but like Randy Touch and Go Brown, that's all I think about when I watch that guy fight. Whereas Chidi, it's like stop you before you get there, throw the knees up the middle, the elbows when you get in close. It's just, you know, if you're able to get into the hips or you're able to get all the way into boxing range without being in the clinch, well, then that's where you can start having real success. And that's where Oleg Zaychuk, he gets through the fire. And if you're going to be on the Zaleski side here, let me just tell you, watch him get through the fire first and then jump on him live from a money line perspective. But pre-fight, I mean, if this fight's going the distance, that means that Zaleski didn't get Chidi to quit, which means Chidi probably, you know, had the type of fight that he wants. So if you were going to take a dog shot, you could do round one Chidi. But I also think Chidi by decision would be super sneaky. But ultimately, my actual bet would be Zaleski inside the distance plus 150.
Yep. I like it.
Do you really see Chidi winning a decision, though? You say that that's sneaky, but
yeah, well, I mean, he just won a decision his last two fights, and if Zaleski's not getting this guy to quit,
right? No, he'd have to win one, like Johnny said, he'd have to win 1 and 2.
Yeah, but like if Zaleski gets to wrestling and he does what he did to Randy Brown to Chidi, he's tapping out. Like the fight will be over. He's not going to sit in a rear naked choke for 2 minutes and not tap out. That's not what Chidi does.
True. He will definitely.
He's gonna just give up. If he gives up his back 30 seconds into round 2, he's tapping out 15 seconds later. So you're
then we have to play the under here, guys. We have to play under 2.
I like the under. I like inside the distance.
No, we have to. Like that's the play because because Chidi's money line is baked into a round 1 finish, and you expect the Santos to put on a pace of either striking, cage pushing with some knees, or grappling, and he's going to quit.
Even better, fight doesn't start round 3. I'll get you plus money. I'll take a chance there. If we're in round 3, this thing's going.
It's going. Correct.
So
I mean, Zaleski has a chance, I think, but
no, I just think Chidi would have quit by then. If not, you're on your way to a Chidi decision, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Play the under.
I just like that extra half a round just in case.
I feel you. I understand. And that's where it gets risky. And it's like on a card like this, you know, pick your spots and stay safe out there. Like, but still, I mean, I think that there's going to be an elite live betting spot on Zaleski at some point in round 1 before round 2 starts. And you need to be ready. DraftKings loaded, Bet Rivers loaded, logged in, tracking both lines because Rivers is going to move first. And then you could hit it on DraftKings. I'm telling you. It's the system, brother. All right, so we're moving on. I'm just as excited for the great ape Alexander Hernandez versus Kurt the Hurt Holobaugh. That's definitely a new nickname on his end, honestly, because I don't remember it being that cool, right? They just gave him that on UFC stats. They're like, listen, you beat Kaden Krajewski, 29-28 decision. Well, goddamn, you're Kurt the Hurt then. Because, quite frankly, it wasn't there last time. So, minus 205, Alexander Hernandez, plus 170, Kurt the Hurt. I promise that's not a TB nickname. I couldn't come up with one that good. But, yeah, Alexander, I mean, why couldn't he just get a takedown and sit in half guard? He did it with Jim Miller, right? He didn't get submitted there. And Kurt Holobaugh, he's going to bring the fight. But the one place he won't bring the fight is if you just go and take him down and be like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to stay on my back. Like he's a guard player, and that just doesn't work at high-level MMA. And not that Alexander Hernandez is super high level, but if he was going to have those issues, you would have seen him get tapped out from Jim Miller from bottom. So I don't think Kurt the Hurt's pulling that off. And while I think Alexander's got better athleticism, if Hernandez is not using the takedowns, I'm probably not loving that. Holobaugh is going to be putting on the pressure. He's going to be coming forward, and he's going to be making it an ugly fight. So it's like, clearly, from a money line perspective, what would you say, Guru?
I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not on Hernandez here. I think I like Holobaugh. I mean, only one of these guys has a positive distance striking differential per minute at distance, right? And it's not your minus 200 favorite that you like from striking distance, right? Right? Yeah. Like that's not good. So, I'm not like, other than Alexander Hernandez sparking him or getting, just like you're saying, this ton of control, he needs to finish him on the ground. If you like Alexander Hernandez, you need round 1, round 2, Alexander Hernandez, and you love this under, because personally, I like the over, and I think Holobaugh cooks him. Like, sure, he'll probably lose round 1. That's why I'm not interested in the money line, but Kurt by decision or round 3 decision, why not? Because I think it takes some time, and I'm just not convinced. If Hernandez starts grappling or needs the grappling, for example, I just think he gasses out if he doesn't get that finish.
Yeah.
You know, Kurt's no slouch. Like, he started with the jiu-jitsu and he looked decent enough on the feet versus Kyan Kurcheski, who obviously sucks so fucking bad.
Dude,
but
that was, I rewatched that fight. The fact of the matter is that Kanan, like, he doesn't actively shoot takedowns because he doesn't have the gas tank to do it. Then he does it round 2 and he has success, but then he's too tired to make anything of it really round 3.
That
and
literally,
you could literally ends up being way too close.
Well,
one judge gives round 2 to Kanan.
Does that not sound like this fight? Does that not sound like this fight? Does that not?
But Hernandez
God damn it, Jerry.
Hernandez has multiple UFC level decision wins against better fighters than Holobaugh.
But he also has a ton of losses to people that are basically on the same level. Dude, Damon Jackson on his way to retirement. Billy Algeo on his way to retirement. Billy Quarantillo on his way to retirement. Like, dude.
Heavy wrestlers, guys that put on a pace.
Holobaugh puts on a pace. Just on the feet.
But does he wrestle offensively?
I mean,
not successfully. There's similar levels of success offensively. But one guy's a lot worse.
No,
41% of the time, Holobaugh.
No, Holobaugh is more liable to wrestle than Hernandez is. Like, that does not help your case here. He's got 4 submission attempts in his UFC career. Hernandez has 1. This is not good. You can't play Hernandez as a favorite here. It doesn't make sense. If you like him round 1, round 2. I don't get it otherwise. I really don't.
Yeah, no, he's won plenty of decisions, and I've seen him use offensive wrestling against guys willing to sit on bottom. I don't think Kurt's that good, but at the same time, if you were to play a money line in this fight, if you're on the Hernandez side, then you did something wrong.
It's a small cage. So, I don't see how he's sitting on top of him for 12 minutes. It's not his style. You're making up bullshit. It's not his style. He doesn't do it. He's never done it.
Well, I bring it up because I know I talked about the fight.
He's just a meathead. He crashes in and then we'll get a slam takedown, a slam double leg. Spear from across the octagon. It's edge. Oh no, it's Alexander Hernandez. That's basically his style, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. You can't control the controller for the guys, so that means
right.
You can't trust him.
And you can't hit the recharge button to get the stamina back up. You can only kick him in the balls. So I'm not like rushing to the window to play Kurt here, mind you. But it's just like, I am not playing Alexander Hernandez unless it's round 1, round 2. I just don't see it.
All right,
if he wins a decision, I eat my hat. It is what it is. I just don't. Johnny, come on.
Yeah, we need you to be the Jerry Springer here. Can you help us out?
I am on the Holobaugh side. Because there's one thing I know, as I can not trust Hernandez with my money as a favorite. Ain't no way. This guy has the worst game plans ever. He gasses out after a round and a half. But Holobaugh, he can be taken down. He can be controlled. But I don't think Alexander's that guy. I mean, he might get him down, but I don't think he's going to keep him down. Trey Ogden was able to keep him down for about 14 and a half minutes, but Trey Ogden's a way different fighter, way different style, way smarter, better game plans. Hernandez will strike it out with Holobaugh, and Holobaugh will be okay with that. And I think the longer the fight goes, Holobaugh is going to build momentum. He's going to push a pace. He's going to keep Hernandez going backwards in the small cage. And I think it's going to be a close decision. I don't think anyone's going to get a finish, actually. So I do like the over. And if that's the case, I'm going to go with Holobaugh. I know Hernandez has won a couple decisions as of late. The Austin Hubbard, that's not really a good thing to brag about, but it was by split. And then he beat Jim Miller, which was a very close fight. I actually kind of thought Jim Miller might have squeaked that out, but no robbery or anything. But that was unanimous, which I thought that should have been a split. But other than that, though, like I don't know. I can't do it. My heart won't let me. So I got to go with Holobaugh. I like the plus 3.5 spread for Holobaugh. I think he wins round 3 all day. And I think that covers your bet right there. And that's all you need.
Fair enough.
I like that. That's an interesting thought.
You could
I
parlay
will
that with
say-
something juicy if you want plus money, but it's like
again,
minus
he's
165.
he's a minus 200 favorite. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's up to
7, 8. He's lost 5 of his last 8 fights. He's not even break even overall. It's not.
Does
not
Kurt's
good.
career percentage win rate match his price? What is he, 3 and 5 or 2 and 5? Like that's
So-
pretty terrible too.
He's also had decent competition, and a lot of the fights were a while ago.
I mean, I'll say if Trey Ogden fought Alexander, I would be all over Trey Ogden.
Prime Hani Barcelos, Shane Burgos, Thiago Moises. I mean, the Moises one's the worst one, and the dude is perennially top 15. So it's fine.
I mean, Hernandez also fought Moises. He fought a prime Donald Cerrone. He fought Olivier Aubin-Mercier.
Dude, that's not prime Donald Cerrone. You weren't even watching fights.
He got knocked out. He got knocked out badly.
Yeah, because he's fucking terrible. Donald Cerrone was not in his prime.
Donald Cerrone had to have been 37
Donald Cerrone was in his prime, like in the WEC. You need to do your homework, young man.
Yep.
You need to go to your room and do your homework.
Yep, Guru having off-screen chronic combat conversation with someone else. I suspect it's his cat. So do I. What's up, Kiwi? Appreciate you, brother. Aussie, what's going on? Daz, hell yeah. Hard to cap. Who can trust Hernandez? Dixon, it is true. Both of these guys are absolute bums. That's why they're fighting at UFC Vegas 104. And that brings us to our next fight. We've got the monster, Blackshear, minus 485 versus, oh, wow, it's Cody Gibson fight night. That's why we needed Johnny K back. The Renegade, Cody Gibson.
Wait, what does that mean? We had him on for last time Cody fought? What is that?
When he fought Miles Johnson.
Oh!
The last messages. What's up, Real Fight Pigs?
Real Pigs.
Let's
go, brother.
We'll get there soon, brother. Appreciate you so much. Let me try to do this in a way where it doesn't cut off. No, I mean, no matter what,
damn,
we're cutting off our boys.
Listen, Real Fight Pick, he must be donating because we've started 2 brand new shows. I've got my Guru's Gut Reaction on Saturday evenings, and TB's got his TB's Tale of the Tape going on Tuesdays. That must be why. Thank you so much, Real Fight Pick.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Hell yeah, sure all. Let's go, baby. What up, Dixon? Appreciate all you guys. This is what it's all about, being part of the community and having a damn good time.
Yes, sir.
Be a cool person like Real Fight Pigs. We don't need you to do it, but would it be fucking awesome? Hell yeah. You guys should do the right thing.
Speaking of cool person, down below.
Oh, my gosh. Hello, Daz. What's going on?
Baby.
You guys are amazing. Appreciate you all. And even if you're not giving anything, you're just throwing a like and subscribing, we love you all the same. We really do. And that's what all that matters. You're here to have a good time with us on Thursday night. So on this one with the Monster, I'm going to go ahead. Johnny K has been so patient. And
let Johnny go first.
Go ahead, Johnny. What do you got here in this?
Yeah, I got to go Blackshear. Pretty confident. I think he's better everywhere. I mean, well, maybe durability is about the same. Cody is pretty durable, but I mean, I think Blackshear is a way better grappler. I think he's a way better wrestler. I think he's a better striker. And I think he gets this one done. I'll say by decision. But if there is a finish, maybe look at Blackshear by sub.
Sorry. Hello. How you doing, Kiwi?
Kiwi.
Dude, baby. Here, I'm going to even do this.
I'm getting a bowl of pasta. This must be our most profitable episode ever.
TB. We're giving Johnny better placement real quick. I'll eat the bad stuff with the comments being in my face. Guru, you go back to your top position, and here we go. So, Johnny, continue your
I am constantly in top position, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's not the truth. I'll reverse that mofo in a second.
But yeah, Blackshear, pretty confident, gets this one done. I think Cody's only way to win this fight is if he just lands something crazy on the feet early. I mean, other than that,
yes,
look at that.
I am absolutely buying cat litter.
Let's go. Oh my God.
This is crazy.
Wow, you guys are going crazy out here.
This is a war.
Streets. Wow.
It's a bidding war.
Literally, you guys.
I'm actually blown away. That's fucking wild, guys.
Sponsoring the Thursday night show, our amazing friends, Kiwi, Mushroom, Daz, Real Fight Pigs. You guys are the real MVPs.
That really means a
Yes,
lot,
sir.
guys.
That's awesome.
I think everyone just wants to keep on interrupting Johnny K. So,
That's true. Keep going. But Blackshear by
Johnny,
decision, real quick.
yeah. So Damon by decision.
Yeah.
The monster.
The monster decisionator.
Decision. Nice. Beautiful.
No, it's possible. I was honestly thinking that, but then I was like, how many times has Cody Gibson been subbed? He's been subbed four freaking times.
Wow.
So, and he loves to play on the ground. And then the craziest part is, listen to this. He's been subbed round 1, round 2, round 3. That's when Damon likes to get it done. He's got 4 subs in round 2 and 2 in round 3. For a guy that likes to get his subs, that's an interesting time to be getting them. So I kind of like that play. So when I look at the sub round combos, I see Damon Blackshear by sub round 2, round 3 at plus 600 over on FanDuel. And I get very, very interested.
I like
Especially, I'm turning a minus 500 into a plus 600, guys. Doing some magic out here.
Oh, no.
So that's it. That's it, really. Otherwise, I don't fuck this fight. Like, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? I don't want to play Cody Gibson.
No, you're right. Yes, let's go.
Yes, fight. I love it.
Let's go. Bring on the action. So what I'll say about this matchup, and you guys are right about a lot of things, but what concerns me on the Gibson side is, his weight cut every single time just looks so bad. And at what point does it translate to him getting finished? So yeah, I think that 2-3 idea is amazing. Maybe Damon just controls him all the way, but I think sooner than later we're going to see Cody kind of dealing with a finished loss. And I want to give the proper context here, but say Damon Blackshear,
a submission is a finish, right?
Yeah, no. But what I was going to bring up was if
you said no. You said finish. It could be a finish loss. It could be. I called for submission. It's a finish. So
and I understand that, but Johnny said by decision. So maybe I was.
Oh, so shots fired at Johnny then. My God.
Okay. Whatever was in your butthole right there, take it out because you weren't listening to what I was saying. But anyways, I think the problem here for Damon is that he also doesn't have a lot of the reach advantage that he would typically have in a matchup. But it's I think the line, if this happened right after the Montel Jackson fight, maybe we could have gotten a better line. But unfortunately, it came after he finished Cody Stamann, who really doesn't get finished often. And then you look at the Miles Johns fight and the positions that he was able to get on Cody as the fight went on. And that guy, man, if one thing Johnny K was right about, man, that guy, Miles Johns, is not actually good. So it makes me scared. It makes me scared to trust Cody to hold on the full 15 against a guy that's probably the way better athlete and he's solidly younger. So Guru, good call on the 2-3 and the sub aspect. If you're listening at this juncture, yeah, there you go, buddy. All right. You got what you needed to there?
When you're complimenting me, I always hear it.
Is that what you already? I know we went to Johnny first and interrupted him 500 times, but then Guru, you got to say what you want to hear, right?
You just said my play. Yeah,
I know exactly.
There's nothing really else to bet. I don't think.
We bounced around a little.
No, I appreciate that. That's fairly respectful. Way more respectful than I would have been to you. So that's
fine. I know. Well, we're in dire straits. We've got Diyar Nurgazai. Dire straits.
Horrible. Somebody please, guys, if you want your tips back, we'll send them to you. That's fucking terrible. I'm in dire straits with how bad I have to listen to these shitty fucking nicknames.
Yeah, and then Brenson Ribeiro, the Gorilla, plus 295.
How is that not racist?
It's his own nickname.
I know, but it's can't we should probably pick better ones. Like the Bosnian Bomber, that's crazy.
He probably.
What about Jared Cannonier's nickname?
Yeah, it's bad too.
Okay, but
as long as it's equal.
White Kong Hadley. What was Dolidze's nickname? The Caucasian.
Caucasian. Yeah, but
that's racist.
That's a region in the world. No, it's
racist.
Not. All right, fair enough. So what is actually crazy is Diyar Nurgazai. Let's call a spade. I'm 99% sure that he has Tourette's. The way that he kind of has this facial tick of I'm just going to wipe my eye every time I go to feint or engage in any type of thing. It's when he faces the right guy, they might be able to time it, and that's what they're talking about on the broadcast with like Laura Sanko and all that. It's just, I mean, he actually is like really good. I thought like turning on the tape, I like looked at his body type and like this Tapology picture. I'm like, damn, this is gonna be like some type of schlub out there. Like he's actually got really good timing. He's got super chat IOU. Let's go. Yeah, I think he actually does a really good job of throwing like real power into his strikes. He can switch stances and throw from either stance, but a lot of it comes like one strike at a time. It's just you probably only need one strike at a time to eventually land on Brenson Ribero's chin. Gadzia Sulov, one of the most fraudulent guys out there. I don't think you can just easily get in on a takedown and take Diyar to the mat. So I'm going to take him to get a round 1, round 2 knockout over Brenson Ribeiro. Guru?
I don't really like this fight very much at all. I mean, the guy lost to Gadzia Sulov, right? Not a good look. That guy got cut right after another terrible performance.
He was out wrestled as well.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Who doesn't wrestle?
The Kyle Machado fight was terrible too. I probably need to rewatch it, but also, why do I need to put myself through that kind of torture?
You don't need to.
You
know. I can already tell you already know. You don't need to watch it.
It's hilarious. Yeah, this guy probably wins. But why? I don't really see a betting edge per se. I mean, this guy by round 1, but he's like, yeah, that's it. This guy by round 1.
It's a round 1, round 2 knockout.
Yeah, I'd even go round 1. I'd even go round 1, and maybe I wouldn't even get greedy if I didn't have to. Maybe I'd just take round 1 in general, depending on the price. Hey, or fuck it. I'll just take the under. I don't need any of it. I'll take under 1.5 at plus 130.
Wow.
Ribeiro somehow does it. Sick for him.
Wow, that's actually.
But realistically, TB's law of Dana White Contender Series guys above like whatever it is, minus 350, generally just get it done. So
typically.
Done.
Typically. If you can smell a squash match, it's probably a squash match. And Brenson, like, I just don't think he has it, right? Johnny,
I smell something. I just don't know that it's squash.
Yeah, I'm on Diyar here. Pretty confidently. I know he's a UFC debut guy, but he's actually pretty good, and I don't think Ribeiro's that good at all. I mean, Guru said it all about or was it UTB? I can't remember now. With Magomed, that fight where he got out wrestled for literally like round 2 and 3. Diyar's way better wrestler than Magomed.
Oh, yeah.
If he wants to shoot a takedown, he's going to get that takedown, and it's going to be pretty much over, shortly after that, I would say, especially the longer the fight goes. Bretson's not going to be able to get up. And then I see ground and pound. I see maybe submission attempts as well. Diyar does have decent submissions when he's on top. And I think he's a little bit more dangerous striker too. But I mean, Bretson, it does have the reach advantage. That's what kind of worries me with that little tick early, especially. But I don't think he lands that shot to knock him out. So I like Diyar. I think he gets it done inside the distance. I think it's probably by KO. Those would be the lines I would look at. Probably KO because I think it's like minus 110 or so range. You might be able to touch plus 100 somewhere, but not on DraftKings. But that's what I like. I think it's an easy parlay piece, personally.
So you like my underthought?
Yeah, I like the under too.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it gets to round 3 for sure. No way.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I am interested.
I just been burned too many times with under 1.5s. I usually don't do it unless both guys are just chinny and they go for it in round 1, like Terrence McKinney.
We
under 1.5 all day.
We definitely skipped a fight, right?
They moved the order around, so I'd like to apologize. I was not in this universe as of like 7:45 p.m. So I made the slideshow happen, but I didn't fix the Google Doc.
You're on cue with Tapology at least.
Yeah. They changed it around. I didn't switch Google Docs though, so that's why Guru said. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm very sad, but
we are in the right order for UFC stats and how the fights will actually play out. What you guys should do right now is go ahead, free version of supporting the show. Throw a like on the channel. Subscribe. Join us every Thursday live at 8 o'clock. You guys have been so amazing. We're just going to keep on moving. All right. I can't even be mad today. All right, we've got Seung-woo Choi, the one and only sword from Bilbo to Frodo, Sting, the one and only, versus Kevin El Chino Vallejos. Yeah, I mean, the line's this way for a reason. Choi has been knocked down an absolutely ludicrous amount of times in the UFC, and it's only gotten worse more recently. And this time, I don't think we're seeing a double rainbow, double knockout. This isn't Michael Trezano anymore.
Dude, we saw that.
Vallejos,
Can we talk about how we
yeah.
saw that live?
That was
Wow.
sick.
The double knockdown live. Well,
That
I
was
was
insane.
fucking drunk. We were cheering. That was
crazy.
it. Even TB had something
Crazy.
to drink. That was a good time.
I did. Hey, you catch me at the right moment. You never know. But in this matchup, man, I mean, last 4 fights, we've got 2 knockdowns at the hands of Josh Cooleybough, 2 knockdowns at the hands of Michael Trezano, 1 knockdown by Yarno Aarons, 1 knockdown by Steve Garcia. And like, when Steve Garcia knocks you out, man, like, I'm not saying like that's unprecedented. I'm saying like it's a life-changing type of thing. Like, I don't know if Seung-woo Choi comes back the same guy after that type of like knockdown into ground and pound. And whew, man, Vallejos, I mean, he's got boxing at all levels. He's in your face. It's like the only real path I see Choi staying safe here is using his offensive wrestling. It's just, I think he's like, while he's taller and longer, he's going to be the way clunkier athlete. And he doesn't actually use his range. He's got 0 defense. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Vallejos gets the job done. Oh, wow, minus 600. How prescient of you, TB. But once again, I'm going to take round 1, round 2 knockout. I just think he's going to crumble at the hands of Vallejos at some point early. Guru.
Am I crazy? Why is the under 1.5 plus money?
Because Vallejos is not going to get knocked out.
Yeah, but it's his. I mean, does Sting needs a? I mean, I guess he could get a decision, but like he kind of needs a knockout. No.
No, because he would have the rest.
I would say Choi does need a knockout, and he ain't gonna get it though.
Right.
Choi has the wrestling advantage. Are you sure about that?
Well, at least from what we've seen play out in fights, he's used it to his advantage at points, and he was able to stuff the takedowns effectively of one Yusuf Zalal as well. I'm not saying, like, once again, I'm not saying, oh my God, he's gonna go out. I'm just saying if there was one person in this fight that would wrestle, similar to the way I talked about it with Bruno and Armin, it's just like I thought Bruno was also kind of better from distance, whereas Choi, I think he would be wrestling out of desperation and be getting knocked out from it.
No, he's not going to wrestle. I don't know. It's 6 fights in 5 years ago. He's 32. He's aged like sour milk. It's just bad. And I really don't even discredit anything from the Steve Garcia knockout. The dude's fucking disgusting. He's so scary. But
yeah, but how do you come back the same after that?
No, but again, he's also been finished by Alex Caceres. He's been finished by Michael Trezano. He's been finished by Gavin Tucker. He's been finished on the regional scene. So it's just I think Vallejo. I mean, he might just. The problem is Vallejo might just have like the UFC jitters or whatever, and he just gets a decision instead. But I do like him here. We picked him over fucking Gene Silva. Like we did tape, and we picked him over Gene. I thought we felt like Gene was like, yeah, I don't know what we thought about Gene.
Well, he was a little. We thought that we would get the cleaner boxer with better cardio because we had seen Gene kind of win by a lot of round 1 finishes, but it actually turned out that he had the better cardio in that specific match.
Correct.
He wins round 2 and round.
And it was
3.
but it was grown man versus young little boy, like that.
And that's exactly. And like we now know what kind of guy John Silva is. I don't think we really knew.
No, how could we? How could we? I don't think anybody did, but we were fans after that fight. That was sick.
Johnny?
All over Kevin here. He gets it done rounds 1 or 2 KO. I think that's the play. I like that play way better than the under 1.5. I've been burned way too many times, like I said, with that. You're giving up a little bit of, plus money to a plus 100. I think that's okay. Or if you want to call your shot, Kevin round 2 KO. You get a little bit more money. I think it could sneak into round 2, but I think Kevin's boxing is going to be too crisp. He's going to work the body, go to the top, and then Choi's going to probably go down. Yeah, that's how it is. I'll make it quick and easy.
I think the small cage helps him out too.
Yeah. Choi doesn't really kick that much. He's just a boxer, and that's the thing. It's like he's not really a diverse striker. He's not really a wrestler, even though he can wrestle. So what's he going to do? Box Kevin? You're not going to win a boxing fight against Kevin. You might keep him at range for the first 2 minutes, but eventually he's going to get inside the pocket. He's going to have to take a shot, which he will, and he's durable. He'll get inside in the pocket, and then he'll start working the body, and then the Choi's hands are going to be down, and then he's going to get clipped. And I think it's going to take one shot. Like, he'll get clipped, and then he might be a little dazed, and then game over.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I really think it's going to add up fast, man.
I really like the KO 1-2 for Kevin, though. I think that's the play for this fight.
Hey, we're on the same page, man. That's my one for this.
I'll even say it. I already got locked in.
That was
one of my bets.
Let's go.
I was waiting for FanDuel. They're slacking this week. They just put it out, I think, earlier today in the morning.
Terrible.
That is legitimately crazy. They got to get on their shit, man. It's very frustrating.
Yes.
All right, great. I like that we all line up there. All right, it's time for that salsa boy. Waldo Cortes-Acosta. My salsa, my salsa makes salsa. All right, versus yes, Ryan, my Superman, Spann. It's 2 Eminem songs. I'm sorry. Because realistically, I don't really want to break down this matchup. I just looked at what Ryan Spann looks like coming into this matchup, and there's no way you can back him here.
You just got fat. Good. Of course he didn't gain weight properly. Yeah. Why the fuck did he move up
the dude has 2 minutes of cardio at light heavyweight. How much cardio do you think he's going to have with 20 to 30 pounds heavier?
I don't understand the move.
It's Ryan
he's old and he doesn't want to make he's not old, he's 33.
He struggled to make 205, and he's a 205 or maybe even a 185. He just doesn't want to cut. He always struggles. Every fight at 205, he just doesn't want to cut anymore. Or the UFC told him, we need more heavyweight fights. Why don't you just move up to heavyweight for a fight and see what happens? And the guy's like, okay, yeah, because I keep losing in the first round every time, so might as well try heavyweight.
He just won. And he got a bonus for fucking beating OSP. Where are you going?
It's OSP though. That dude's 90 years old.
Yeah, this picture on the right does not fully represent what we're seeing in all reality.
I haven't seen Ryan Spann, but I will see him tomorrow during weigh-ins. I want to be shocked and laugh and giggle at work when I watch the stream.
Yeah, no, it's you're gonna be scared. So realistically, I mean, there's no way you can do anything if you're on the Ryan Spann side besides take Ryan Spann round 1 or like Ryan Spann round 1 sub. That's his win method. And there's no way he wins a decision versus Waldo Cortes-Acosta. It's impossible. It's not happening. So I wouldn't project it, and I wouldn't tell you to do it. But what I will tell you is if you are going to do Ryan Spann round 1, if you really felt the need, and you can pass on that idea, you should wait approximately 90 seconds to 2 minutes into round 1 after Ryan Spann's landed 1 takedown or attempted 1 guillotine. And once he fails, or when you're like, all right, Cortes-Acosta, like he's probably going to survive this and start turning the tide. You guys got to be ready to hit it at it might be minus 130. It could be plus 100. But Cortes-Acosta, the line's going to drop after the first couple minutes, and that's where you need to hit it. If you're playing minus 170 pre-fight, you're a braver man than I. Because I could see a world where Ryan Spann makes it very sad for people on the Cortes-Acosta side, but it's only happening in the first 2 minutes. That's it.
I like this. Shout out Aussie Fight Fan. I was literally going to say this. He's got my handicap. That's it. That's my handicap. I love it because he's gonna withstand round 1 pressure. He won't get subbed. Shit, he might even lose round 1, but then Spann quits. I love it. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So I don't have to say anything else. Good job, Aussie. Appreciate you, dude.
I love it. And Johnny, I know we were bouncing around there. I know you got some good stuff in there. Did you get your full analysis in before we
let him go?
I mean, I'll go for a little bit.
Yeah, go. Please.
This is Ryan Spann's just one of the most untrustworthy fighters you should never put money on unless you're just throwing a little bit on. He's like an Alex Hernandez here. So I'll never put any money on Ryan Spann at all. Even if you're throwing a plus 600 by sub in the first round or whatever it is, it probably won't happen. It could happen, but it probably won't because this guy quits. He's a quitter. And I actually like Waldo or Costa by KO. I think that's still plus money, maybe like plus 150. I think he can get it done in rounds 1, 2, or 3, whether it's ground and pound. We did see him using a little bit of wrestling against Robellis in his last fight. I don't think he should use that right off the get-go because Spann does have some nasty chokes and front chokes and guillotines. But after 2 minutes, you can go ahead and take this guy down, and he's going to quit 100%. He quits every time he gets taken down, or if he can't reverse and get back up, and he's going to have 25 pounds more on him this time. Give me Costa all day. I love the money line. I don't care. I don't care if it's 170. I'll take it.
Great.
But I like the KO too, because this fight's not going into round 3, guys. There's no way.
No shot.
No way. Because Ryan Spann will not allow it to go into round 3 one way or another. So that's why I was like, I kind of like Costa rounds 1 or 2, even though it's probably going to happen in 2, like early round 2 or maybe late in the first. That's what I'm thinking it happens, because that's when he usually quits. Like 4 minute round right there in the first round.
Do we give any credence or thought to the fact that everybody, including us, just smashed Robellis to Spain versus him when he was a plus 205 underdog, and now we're taking him as a favorite versus Ryan Spann?
The reason why I picked Robellis the last time was because I didn't think Waldo had the wrestling to do it, and he showed that he could do it. So that's on me. I will take that. And it's a little learning curve. So now I know Waldo can do that if he really needs to, which is great in any fight now moving forward when you're capping Waldo fights. You're like, if he's in trouble, he could wrestle a little bit. And there's nobody that can wrestle as a heavyweight except like 3 people.
But then I think you kind of just said it though, right? Is it possible now that Ryan Spann's going to put him in trouble early round 1? This guy's going to go to wrestle, and Ryan Spann is going to submit him.
Don't bet it until it's live, until he survives that first ground exchange. That's when you bet.
Unless you're betting Ryan, but I'm thinking maybe you have to play Ryan Spann here is what I'm saying. I'm thinking that there's if I'm just looking like I'm trying to ignore the fact that who I'm betting on, the market has completely overreacted here. I don't
think completely, because if it did, Costa would be like minus 400.
I guess that's true too. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, to your point, I mean, he's minus 750 versus Andrei Arlovsky. TV scouting MMA over there. I don't know. I just feel like you do kind of have to take the grandma's couch cushion on Ryan Spann round 1, especially if that is the thought of our handicap.
If that makes you feel safe, then you do it. But I think you are good to go. If you want to live bet it after 2 minutes, you're good. I'm fairly confident Waldo gets it done. There is always that chance though that Spann can pull off a guillotine or some shit.
That's fair.
90 seconds. But I'm willing to take that chance because I don't trust that guy.
I don't trust him either.
I'll give him a high five if he does it. How about that?
That would be pretty cool. You have to give me a high five. I will.
I will as well.
Yeah, and truly, this is the only play that you can make on Ryan Spann pre-fight is round 1 sub. Shout out to Lou Betcha.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, Lou? Sorry, I don't read the chat until just now when it comes up. Sorry. What's up, Lou?
Johnny, nice guy, nice hat, K-Picks. I love it. And yeah, we're all in one place, baby. Take it in. You won't see this many.
Boys, plus 950 on the round 1 sub.
It's worth enough to cover whatever you're willing to put on Cortes-Acosta.
It's not covering anything. I'm not doing. Nope, not my betting style anymore, TB. Not happening.
Wow. I'm so impressed, guys. You don't even. You can take a look at.
Well, listen, I don't be too impressed. It's not fucking Saturday yet, but it's. I'm just
saying. Yeah,
it's not. I'm trying to really You can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. And I'm just so not interested.
Just go with the gut.
I mean, interesting, and I don't know if I'd get greedy enough. Round 1 in general, Ryan Spann is plus 470. I don't know that I need plus 950, but yeah, he's not knocking him up.
I think we give that fight too much of our time.
Way too much.
All right, we've got SuYoung Jiu-Jitsu minus 625 versus AJ the Savage Cunningham plus 455.
No way.
I mean,
no way.
This is bad.
You have to. Let me take it. You have to. And here's
can I? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you know I'm gonna get that FOMO. God damn it, Kiwi! How do you know me so fucking well? Holy shit!
Because he
That's
probably
bad.
watched you very sad on Saturday, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
Tell me, Johnny.
I was gonna say I just found this out, and you might already know, guys, but this fight is at 135.
No, yeah, I was just about to say. Oh, it's at 140. It's in the middle. No, it's at 135.
Yeah, it's 135.
Cunningham fights at featherweight normally.
Yeah, and he fought
so
it.
That worries me a little bit more because at first when I didn't know that when I did my video and I'm like, I'm not that confident in you. Like I'm not. But now I'm like,
what did I do?
As in you. But that's what I was gonna say because that changes a little bit my confidence level. But not that you should go running to bet that minus 625 on you. Because he's not really that proven either, but then again, AJ is really not that proven either. This is just a weird fight, in general. I'm staying far away. No bets.
My cap would be AJ Cunningham would win because of worse childhood trauma.
Jesus Christ!
I
mean, to that point, cutting weight is nothing compared to fucking what he's been through. So I think he'll be just fine. He's had a decent. I mean, I give him somewhat respect to where he's training out of with Bryce. Like, I mean, they're going to cut weight.
Here's what I say about this fight.
Here's what you say.
Yeah, we have
It is what I say.
We have a road to the UFC primary wrestle grappler with a little bit of striking that we haven't really seen tested against like legitimate UFC competition. Well, great news. We have a guy that got signed to the UFC as a loser from Dana White's Contender Series just to fight up a weight class and lose as well. But when you take it contextually, right?
Pretty good, too.
Yeah, pretty badly. But what we do learn is that he's willing to take some punishment.
Mm-hmm.
And does SuYoung really deliver the punishment in that type of way?
No.
Also, if you look at the height and reach, I mean, hold on. We're bringing it up a little bit bigger. We've got a 4-inch height and a 6-inch reach advantage, and they're the same age. I know the stats look terrible, but if you put SuYoung in there with Ludovic Klein, he'd have the same exact stats through one UFC fight. So you take the size, the fact that AJ Cunningham, I mean, when he was training with Bryce Mitchell, I mean, it's literally in a barn in the backyard. You're like, yeah, but he's training with Bryce Mitchell, so it can't be that bad, right? It's like, oh, no, it was actually kind of that bad. But the last year, I mean, did you see what his striking looked like? Yeah, it's that bad.
Maybe he's that bad. That doesn't, I mean, like, he's working on it.
Well, so to the point is that he's been at Factory X doing, he's been training with like, I mean, it's not that impressive, but like Cody Brundage, Mark Montoya is his coach. He's posting with those guys. Like he's putting in consistent work in the gym and he looks like highly motivated to get back to this matchup and prove that, fighting is what he's built for. And like SuYoung, he might just be the guy to let AJ Cunningham display his natural skill set. I could see a world where jiu-jitsu is trying to get the grappling going because no one's really like done that to AJ. They've just been happy to beat him up on the feet.
Wait a minute. Jiu-jitsu likes to do grappling? No way.
No.
He's also a decently solid distance striker when you watch him against the level of competition he's faced. The problem is he can't really tee off on Cunningham. So if he does try to use the wrestling because he can't get inside safely or, the range is bothering him a little bit. I think Cunningham actually, there's a good chance that he could be the better wrestler, especially with the size advantage. I got to take the shot here. It's not going to, like, this could go down in flames, but the fact that I could quadruple plus my money off of, like, limiting it to even, like, a half to a 1-unit play, you got to take the chance here because I don't know what SuYoung has done to deserve this line.
Thank you. Yeah, that's basically my whole handicap. So you basically talked for 2 minutes there, 3 minutes, and you finally got to my handicap at the end.
Maybe wait to the weigh-ins. I am very skeptical.
Oh yeah, I'm in no rush.
Because what if AJ just looks like death?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be ideal.
He'll have 24 hours to rehydrate as long as he makes weight.
I will say from his
I don't think he's ever fought at 135 before though.
He looks way trimmer, better lean muscle than we see in like his debut photo here. And this is the first time he's working with a dedicated camp that's like had guys actually cut weight before. Maybe 135 is where his body's built for. Maybe he went to the PI when he was out of Factory X. I don't know. I'm willing to see it. Let's see what he looks like, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not touching this fight whatsoever. I would never bet this you guy at minus 625.
If it was Bruce Lee, I would consider it. But
yes, 100%.
You just have to take the shot on AJ Cunningham. You have to, and I honestly think
it's dog or pass.
Imagine if they're like they equal out it like in the grappling department. Like it's gonna be a disaster.
I don't think he's striking is gonna be better. It might be equal, but the wrestling and grappling, that's where the advantage I think he has for sure.
Should be
whether or not he's gonna be able to get him down. That's the question. And we'll see. I mean, maybe he tires him out. He had to cut that extra 10 pounds and he gets really tired and easier takedowns later in the fight. Good live betting spot, too. I don't know. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, if Shabu Posse is even with you on the feet and you're having a tough time kind of standing out in that matchup, I mean, this is a guy that had a split decision in his, nearly road to UFC. Oh, yeah, this is fire. Love that real quick picks. This one made its way. That one made its way to my fridge. I honestly need this fight more than ever. All right, we're moving on. Take the shot on the crazy dog there because we're not doing it in this fight. Carlos Pequeño Vera plus 525 versus the KO wizard Josias Musasa.
He better get a fucking KO. He better KO this fool. He better KO this fool just because what's his face didn't. Rinya Nakamura. I mean, that was some bullshit.
I don't think Rinya is all that great.
No, he's fucking terrible.
I think he was very hyped up, and you clearly saw that he is just not UFC level.
No, well, just at least in the striking department.
True, but even in the wrestling, you're like, I expect a little bit better actually, because you're a wrestler.
That's very true.
That would be hilarious, actually. I mean, Musasa round 1, round 2. Maybe I don't want to take the chance with an over here. Vera, the problem with him is immediately he's going to be rolling for a leg lock because he knows he's got no other chance. And I mean, the thing is Musasa showed against a way better fighter, way better grappler in Tanzalovi from a way better gym with Sarah Longo MMA that he can defend takedowns proficiently. He can get back to his feet at an elite level. The only thing that we didn't really learn in that fight is what happens if someone goes for a heel hook. So it's go to BetMGM. If you want to play Carlos Vera, do Vera by heel hook. But honestly, I mean, Musasa is going to end this guy and fast. It's going to be round 1, round 2. So why do anything else? Guru?
Yeah, I don't really like Carlos Vera. I'm surprised he's still in the UFC. I think you could see him in the roster watch on Tuesday. I think that this guy's undefeated, and I think they're looking to give him as soft of a landing as you could possibly have to make your start into the UFC, and this is exactly that start. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Musasa by knockout in round 1, round 2. I think that makes sense. Or honestly, yeah, all his KOs are literally round 1. What's up with the under, guys? I don't understand it. Bear needs subs. I guess his subs come later.
It's kind of the same situation with the Kevin and what's his other name? Forgot. Oh, Choi. The Kevin and Choi fight. The same thing. Musasa's probably going to win by KO. I don't see Vera obviously KOing Musasa. Maybe he can sub him, but is he going to be able to get him down? I don't think so.
Right.
So I think round 1 or round 2 KO is probably the play. I like it a little bit better than the under. And I think you actually get a little bit better odds too with that for this fight. The other fight you didn't, but this one I think you do. And it's interesting that line is this line's better than the other line for Kevin because Musasa is just a crazy beast. If he just lands once, it's over. I think Kevin's going to have to put together some combos and get him out of there, which I think he will for sure. But Musasa just needs one punch. He's got that one punch power.
That makes a lot of sense.
Very well. All right, moving on. Hondinya, Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Page, Sam Hughes. Minus 238, Luciano. Plus 195 on the Sam Page side.
You can't make me watch this fight.
But you're going to.
You can't make me.
You're right, but you're going to.
God damn it. How did you know I have nothing else to fucking do?
What was the fight that I was just like, man, I wish it would end? It was recently the women's fight. Shit. It's out of my brain already.
The JJ Aldridge fight?
Yes, that one. I was like, oh my God, like, come on. Like, just call it. Call the fight already. I already know who won. Like, who cares?
After 5 seconds earlier.
It was after 7 minutes of the fight. I'm like, okay, JJ is gonna win. Like, we don't need to see any more kicks from Andrea Lee. Just doing her best Caitlin Chukagian impression. We don't need that. Come on, like, let's go. Like, let's get to the next one. Like, this card already sucks because there's been 7 decisions in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that was really brutal.
Shout out to the dog father.
Shout
awesome
out.
Stuff.
I am the dog, the big bad dog.
Yeah, there'd be the side view's got to be crazy.
I'm sorry.
Oh
God.
Yeah. All right, Stephanie Luciano. I think the main factor that leads me to her side in this matchup is just a clear athleticism differential, and she's not going to be that much bigger in the fight, but she has a 1 inch height, 1 inch reach advantage, and she's going to be the way more athletic fighter. My concern is we don't really know what it looks like when she fights someone that actually has cardio, and Sam Hughes does have cardio. Now, Talita Alencar, we saw her win the first 2 rounds in the Contender Series fight, and then we see her she looked terrible in their second matchup. So it's a question of Luciano, now she knew what she had to deal with, and then Alencar's afraid of gassing out, so she gets a punching bag for 3 rounds. Sam Hughes is going to present a little bit different of a stylistic choice, is that she's just going to try to clinch grind you. But I think Luciano is way too strong for that, and I think her cardio does check out. So, I'm going to pick her, and it's going to be by decision, but the over 2.5 is minus 600, and the Luciano money line is minus 238. So I'm going to say I'm okay with not placing a bet on this fight.
Honestly, I'm cool with that as well, but at the same time, I don't mind a play Lucindo decision or even like a
who?
Luciano.
I said Lucindo like a million times.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just
I'm here to hold you accountable, damn it.
Thank you. Yeah, Luciano. She doesn't really have many finish. Yeah, I mean, no, Sam Hughes is really tough. I like Luciano by decision, and if the price is plus money, which it should be,
there's no way.
Minus 175.
Really?
It's minus 600 for an over 2.5, and she's minus 238. How do you think the decision is?
Hey, relax, guy.
I mean, it's just
I can get minus 150 on FanDuel, so that's pretty not bad. Yeah, that's it. But there's no reason to bet it, so I think that's fair. Otherwise, you've just got to take the Sam Hughes by decision just because. Like I said, they're not watching. But even still, she's plus 195, and it's only plus 260. So, pass fight. But listen to Jesus Christ. Luciano gets it done.
Johnny?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you guys, but for some reason, man, I cannot pick Sam Hughes fights to save my life. The times that I do pick against her, she looks amazing. She'll go out there and just freaking get it done, just wrestle her heart out and look amazing. But then I pick against her, I pick her, then she looks like crap. So
we picked her versus Dudakova.
Yeah.
I don't think we picked her versus Amarine, did we?
I'm trying to think.
No, we picked Amarine by sub, and if Sam Hughes didn't cheat, it might have happened.
Yeah, I picked Amarine in that fight for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, it's just back and forth. She's win loss, win loss, win loss. So she's due for a loss right here.
Let's go. It's perfect. You can't fade that.
There's just really isn't a good spot to play unless you just want to hope and pray Sam Hughes somehow wins a decision. I mean, that's plus 220 maybe.
But I'm sorry if you're classifying Luciano as attractive. I don't know.
No, God, no. Who do?
I mean,
do that?
I'm just saying, like, this is not a hot versus a whatever. Like, this is
passable versus what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Anywho, yeah. So what was it, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Luciano by decision. I mean, I think Hughes can win one round, probably round 3, but I mean, you can do the plus 3.5 spread if you really want a parlay piece for Sam Hughes, but I think there's way better spots than that, though. This is just a pass fight. Or guess what? Just bet the over 2.5 in a parlay and just forget about it because that's gonna hit. I mean, that's almost like a free leg.
Yeah. It makes sense to me. It does. If Sam Hughes wins this, it's going to be by decision. She's not getting a finish. We know that. And
And she's not getting finished.
Yeah, she's not going to. It was a fluke in her debut with a really bad eye injury. So it is what it is. Damn, Daniel. Daniel Barres versus a Mascote Andre Lima. Minus 395 versus the plus 310 on the damn Daniel side. Over 2.5 and minus 200. The Guru doesn't.
I called you out. What did I call you out for?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't even worry about it. Thanks for joining the show and adding to our chat. We're having a great time. You do what you got to do, my friend. I hope life is going okay for you. Doesn't seem to be. Daniel Barres here, plus 310. I mean, his win equity is early, and he needs to get it done fast. But Andre Lima, undefeated fighter, hasn't been finished, and he's got really solid range management and defense. The worry with him is if you use a ton of forward pressure and you are able to also wrestle and control him a bit, he can get frustrated. He'll cheat like crazy, but he also cheats to win. And he's also got some own offensive wrestling in his back pocket. Even if Barres comes out here and wins a lot early, I don't think you could quite put Lima away. And Lima's just going to start cruising round 2, round 3, and he will fight the safe way. If he can't do it from distance, he's going to use his takedowns and get the top control. And Barres, he's going to slow down as time goes on. In the last matchup against Altamirano versus Lima, who this guy's probably going to be forced to move up weight at some point, whereas like Altamirano, if a men's 115 division existed, he might be able to make way for that. Just look at their body types. It's not even close like Lima. He's definitely using some pharmaceuticals. So I think he's going to use those to his advantage. Lima round 2, round 3 could be like super interesting, but it's probably just Lima and over 1.5 will get what you need. It's probably not. Quite frankly, it's probably not. Lima decision's probably minus money based off of the pricing. God damn it.
Minus 110.
That's terrible.
He lost to Feelho really quickly, and that was not
That's
cute.
why I think 2-3.
Well, that's because Feelho brought the fight to Daniel, and both of them like, fuck it, let's go.
Wow,
and like there was like 2 knockdowns and like all that stuff, and then he got finished. Like Feelho almost got finished himself. Like literally, he was on death's doorstep, and then somehow he got back up and survived, and then he got Barres out of there.
I mean, he also got finished early round 2 by Chris Mia, and he got finished early round 1 by Manel Kopp on the regionals. So the only person he survives against is Carlos Hernandez, who smells.
And Victor Altamirano, I think, right?
He beats Victor Altamirano by decision.
Yeah, so he survived him.
He survived to win a fight.
And then he went to decision and won. So you got to give him a little bit of credit there.
That's fair. But
he had to stuff a lot of takedowns, and they were shitty takedowns, but he stuffed them all.
True.
Yeah, and but like we talked about, I mean, like when you look at like Altamirano's chest kind of goes inward. He's like that. What is that? Who's that guy? The basketball guy, with the inverted spine. That's basically what Victor
Altamirano, my boy.
Yeah, Young Mantis. Yeah. That's basically Victor Altamirano, whereas Andre Lima is like LeBron James, like from a physique perspective. I know he's only 125, but like you put Mantis next to LeBron, that's the difference in physicality between our boy Altamirano and Lima. So I think Lima is going to have more success if he does commit to it. And the problem is that he will be willing to fight safe and close margins. That's where my concerns come in.
I get concerned that we got a couple undefeated fighters here, and we expect them to keep their row, and it's been very dangerous. Although Magomed just did it last week, but yeah, I mean he should have the mettle to outfunction this guy over 15 minutes. I don't really love Barez's game. I mean, he's fairly athletic and has some decent striking, but again, the way he melts versus Fieldhouse was like ridiculous. I mean, he had like the fight won and then he fumbled the bag. It's crazy. So don't love it. I kind of like TB's idea of Lima and over 1.5 if we can get plus money maybe on 5.
No, there's no way, man.
No way.
The decision's minus 110.
Decision's minus 110.
Oh, jeez. I've been off all night. These fights are
you
terrible.
haven't been listening either. It's okay.
I don't like listening to you, but these fights are terrible.
Johnny said it. It wasn't even me, brother.
I heard Johnny.
No, you didn't hear him say decision minus 110, you fucking liar.
Said
All right,
twice.
we're moving on before I get angry. We've got Joseph Benavides. I'm sorry, Josie and Nunes. Josie and the Pussycats at minus 185 versus, if you guys want it, go listen to Brady singing. But we got Zombie Girl, Priscilla Cachoeira. That was a pretty hilarious video that Brady put on Twitter of him singing Zombie by Cranberries. Shout out Brady. He's a good guy. But anyways, Josie and Nunes minus 185 here. And, on paper, like Cachoeira, she's fought the tougher competition. But I don't like she's moving up from 125. Josie and Nunes, she's fought at 145 now. I think that's kind of ridiculous, but she's coming down to 135. She's fought way taller, longer, bigger. Like Zara Farron had her reach advantage like crazy on Josie and Nunes, whereas Priscilla, she's 5 inches taller, but she's giving up 2 inches of reach. Priscilla's the older fighter, and Priscilla's eating nearly 2.5 more strikes than she's landing, whereas Nunes, it's pretty damn close to even. And I think for both of these fighters, the bane of their existence is when their opponents start shooting takedowns on them. And just because we see a picture of Cachoeira standing in a gym with Amanda Nunes and Nina Nunes doesn't mean that I think Priscilla Cachoeira can be trusted to use takedowns to win a UFC fight. So if this is at distance, standing, I mean, they both don't have great accuracy and they don't have great defense. But I think that Nunes hits a bit harder. And I think she's going to be a bit of a more powerful athlete. And if they do start clinching around and dancing, you're trying to clinch a bowling ball. Josie Nunes has no definable neck. And she's going to be 5 inches.
You can't choke her out. There's no way.
There's no way. So if she's that much shorter than you, how are you going to push her around in the clinch? She literally has underhooks just because her face is going to be buried in cash.
Uppercut from hell. That's all you got to do.
So I think Josie should be safe here, but for the love of God, if you're laying chalk on this fight, I mean,
if you're betting this fight at all, I don't understand. Unless you just literally want unders for the memes. It's literally stupid.
The problem is Cachoeira only loses when she gets wrestled by fans.
As it is, Nunes doesn't finish anybody.
I just
finished Bay Malecki 600 years ago.
I just want to say, let's not forget, the Bantamweight women's division is god-awful, guys. Yeah. Nunes is been fighting in the Bantamweight division, and usually a lot of flyweights, which Priscilla, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but I'm just throwing it out there. Sometimes when flyweights move up to Bantamweight, they have a crazy amount of success. Why? Because the Bantamweight division sucks. And Nunes has not fought anybody remotely decent that I mean, who? Tell me something that's not a can.
No, you're making
Priscilla's fought way better. I know she's older, but she can eat damage, obviously, and she can't stop a takedown, but Nunes isn't going to be shooting takedowns.
I don't know.
I think the line's wide.
But how does Nunes versus Gina Mazzani go? How does Nunes versus Jian Kim go? I think these are similar results.
Well, that's the thing. We'll never know because Nunes will never go down to 125. Yeah. But if she did, she would get starched by flyweights. Flyweights are real good in that division. Bantamweights are real bad. It's the exact opposite. I don't mind anybody taking a shot on Priscilla. I don't. If you got her at plus 185, I think this line's wide. I think it should be closer. It's at 135. Priscilla doesn't have to cut weight. She might be packing a little bit more with her punches now. All she has to worry about is the overhand right from Nunes. Just don't get hit squarely, because that's all she does. She doesn't do anything. I don't know how Nunes has actually won fights in the UFC with just
She didn't
an
even
overhand
finish
right.
Romana Pasquale.
And that's what I was going to say, too. She hasn't finished anybody in like 4 or
TV's
5
girl.
years. In a bantamweight division, which sucks.
Yeah, you're
I'll
not
take it.
wrong.
I like Priscilla in this fight. I'm not saying I would like,
I just feel
bet
like
bet the house on it,
she's the
but
popular dog this week for sure.
For a small grandmother's couch cushion bet. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Talk to us, Johnny.
You're talking now. You're talking my language.
I mean, how can you bet Nunes though?
Only with grandma's money.
No, the answer is no. By the
you
way.
just don't exactly. So
no.
if you do want some, if you want to sweat, you want some action, I think it's Priscilla all day or pass.
Yeah,
fair enough. I respect it.
And I think Priscilla can win a decision too. It's not going to be like a knockout or anything.
You may have convinced me, Johnny.
Chelsea's been on a strict diet of purely corn and milk since the moment she came out of the womb. Like, I mean, she is just built different, man.
I mean, that fight was close-ish too until freaking she got takedowns.
Right. I mean, but Chelsea Chandler is like...
that's how bad the bantamweight division is, guys. It's so bad.
But so Chandler would just kind of take down Cachoeira and like do whatever she wants from top.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So it's like...
Oh, probably, because Chandler can't do anything else.
And Chandler's also huge and has a big reach advantage.
Yeah. But that's the only thing Chelsea can do, though.
That's true.
The only thing. But she'll get hit a couple times.
Oh, my God, no. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on. I think this is it.
Jesus Christ.
This is it.
We've got the Doobie sister, Eunice Dubin, versus Crispy Carly's Eunice. I mean, I don't even know, man.
She's crispy.
You've got, I mean, Carly's going to volume you to death. And I mean, like, she doesn't have like the worst technique unless you examine her defensive skills. But Dubin also is just like not good. Like,
she got power.
The problem is, yes. So that's the problem is like she has a one skill, like one raw talent that's way better than anything Giudice is bringing to the table besides the volume. So it's,
I think that's a better I think it's, and I also think it might be a little overstated. Shannon Clark, A, sucks. B, is a wrestler. C, was running forward with her hands down.
Right, that's but true. Carly Giudice is going to be running forward, throwing a ton of strikes.
She doesn't just run forward. I mean, she does have a ton of pressure, but it's, come on, man. It's a little bit more methodical than that. She's
eaten 184 significant strikes and 119 significant strikes.
Yeah, she's crispy.
Yeah.
Well done.
Her scar tissue is going to be extra crispy if she's eating punches.
All right, but can you Senny Dubin, the grappler with a little bit of power? I mean, she got some knockouts, honestly. She got some power, but can she really put it up over time?
Well, here's the concern is there's a lot of unknown in that Dubin came from an extremely poor, impoverished, like. They weren't sure if she's making it to her contender series fight, essentially. From what I hear behind the scenes, people in the know saying that people had to like take care of her and buy her food the week of her contender series fight. And then now she's kind of been taken in and training with some real people. Whereas in the past, I mean, it's some garage in South America or Latin America somewhere. And now I'm trying to get the exact information of the gym that she was at. Now because she definitely changed her training situation. So right now the concern is if she comes in with any improvement in technique, she does have the power advantage at the end of the day. So I'm extremely curious to see. Yeah, there she is training with Rose Namajunas, with Miranda Maverick and JJ Aldrich. All in the training room there in Denver back February 5th, by the way. So
Miss Dubin, you're saying?
Yeah. So what if and you take someone that's so raw, but has this, I mean, like, dog, like when you look at the body types here, you've got skinny softball player versus like dump truck. Like Dubin, when she throws, she throws in a way that only Josie
Right,
and Nunes.
No,
could
but
understand.
you're giving Judice the fight that she wants, which is on the feet. If this girl isn't wrestling, I don't care how thick she is.
Well, she spent time at Henzo Gracie Pittsburgh as well on her trip with
Not Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, I'm just saying she's at a grappling gym. Then she works with Rose Namajunas and Miranda Maverick. Like, these are the best looks that she's gotten since she got signed to the UFC. Now, I don't know that it's necessarily worth it to go ahead and play her money line because we still truly don't know. But if she comes out here and does something crazy again, you could say goodbye to plus 285 ever again in your life.
Then you fade the crap out of her.
Exactly, but it could, like, think about it. UFC Vegas 104. You're settling in for the worst card of your life. And right away, we get a plus 285.
So what we're doing is the play from earlier. We're going to parlay Dubin and Cunningham.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's two people that have not earned their price tag from an athleticism or a UFC experience perspective. Those two big favorites are Carly Judice and SuYoung. So
all right, that's fairly passionate.
You gotta take a little shot on each of those dogs, and if neither of them hit, all right, sometimes you're wrong, but it's something
you're
feels
TV
fishy
and you're
on
wrong.
both of them. Yeah, of course, and sometimes you're guru and you're also wrong. Such is the life.
That never happens. I don't know what.
I'll direct people to your picket if they want to know exactly how wrong it was, but we will not go here nor there. We all have our bad weeks and we all have our great weeks. Guru's tracked record is better than mine for Bet MMA all time. So such is the life. We all take our wins, we all take our L's, and as a conglomerate, we're here to bring you break-even content all time. So make sure you join us live every Thursday at 8 o'clock. But Johnny, did you have anything else to add on
for this fight or overall? In general.
This fight and in general.
Well, just real quick for this fight, I just don't know about Dubin after round 1. So that scares me. So I'm not betting this fight at all, but I don't mind anybody taking a shot though, because Judice isn't all that great.
That's fair. That's a good idea.
But I appreciate you guys having me on. It was fun, as always.
As always. We're so happy you could join us, man. Like, nothing better than joining all the people. If you guys haven't already liked the episode, I'm probably going to judge you a little bit, but there's one way to fix that. You throw a like right now, you're absolved of the shame. And you are safe, right? It's free. It costs you nothing. If you want to be cool like our other friends, you could also do that, but like, it's not necessary. We just love having a good time with our friends. Johnny K, thank you so much. And before we pass it off to the guru to do his final thing, any last words for the fans?
Yeah, if you guys don't know me already, you can find me at Johnny K Picks anywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Put my videos out on Sundays. I try to anyways. Wednesday nights, I always go live on Defend Your Units. I always have a guest as well. I'm going to try to get you guys on if you guys are willing Wednesday night. And both of you or one, it don't matter. Whoever's free.
I work till 8 on Wednesday, but I don't know when you go. What time do you go?
All Wednesdays?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
I apologize.
I can maybe make a special. Usually I do 7 o'clock your time.
It would be close for me, but potential like 7:15 I could basically guarantee-ish. I don't know. We'd have to talk, but we'll talk
more. But appreciate you guys having me on though. As always, it's always fun.
I'm stuck at work, unfortunately, but I would if you ever postpone it or you ever want to postpone it for me for some reason, you have literally no other guest in the universe you'd rather you can book. I would be happy to do it. Listen, whenever you want. I'm happy to
always down.
Johnny, seriously, thanks so much for spending your time with us. Guys, all of you in the chat, my goodness, really appreciated all the comments, the love, the laughter. Donations, are you guys kidding me? Seriously, thank you all so much for the amazing support of our show. We're gonna keep rolling. We don't care. I mean, we literally don't give a fuck. We're gonna keep rolling no matter. I mean, we really appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys.
You guys are all amazing.
It really, really, really means a lot. So thank you all so much for spending your time with us. We will be back next week for UFC Fight Night, Edwards versus Brady in London, England. We're bringing, I think we're bringing Big Steve, right?
Steve-O!
Steve-O. So make sure you come check out next week's breakdowns. And yeah, guys, make sure you're following Johnny K if you want some awesome picks, and go check out his where do you sell your paid picks, bud? At
Patreon. I got Patreon as well.
Yeah,
if you want to support
check
my
out
channel
his
too.
Patreon if you feel like it. Johnny K is a good guy. Why not give it to one of the good guys? And then make sure you're following my co-host TB Scouting MMA over on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, Pickett, Tapology, and Bet MMA. And you can follow me, the Guru Scouting MMA, over on Twitter, Verdict, Pickett, Instagram, and Tapology. Take care, brush your hair, and stay safe out there.
Good luck, guys.
Be good, guys.